communication. How do you communicate to your husband, your children, your co-workers? If you are not clear in your speaking, how can we then prompt this chatbot? We're going to be disappointed. So that's what I've learned is it's taught me a lot about articulating myself. What am I actually asking of this chatbot? If I am not clear, then do not build it. Rather go and map it out on the side. And even if you like don't know what to build, that's fine. But first make sure that you are clear, before you go forward.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you guys brought up two very excellent points there. That's also exactly what I observed from my own experience. Yeah, I think Nix, you are totally right. I have also seen a lot of people like declining the effectiveness of AI just because they but the problem is they haven't put enough effort into making it
Yeah,
work for them, because I have always
actually,
told my customers that treat AI like an intern, like it's very fresh. Uh, but the
totally.
good thing about it is that it could learn anything you throw it away. So,
Yeah,
at first it doesn't know anything about you. It doesn't know about what you like,
yeah,
your business, or what your expectations, what this task look like, what's the target audience, things like that. You as the manager in this case, you would bear the responsibility to delegate the task and explain it to the intern and give it the necessary resources, be it like books or materials that are relevant, so that it could understand you. So that's
yeah.
definitely one tip that the audience
Mm,
could take away when working with AI. And me is also very correct. I think like some time ago I posted a post about how like one interesting fact I have seen across the customers of MindPal is that the best prompt engineers, the best agents and workflows built on MindPal are not built by MindPal team at all. So the template
mm,
library that you can see on our platform is just the starting point. We are no experts in these areas, and we just suggest like a starting point for
mm.
people to take a look and see get a taste of what it could do, and then customize it the way they like. But the best people
Yeah,
that can craft the best agents and workflows are actually the domain experts. So it would be the teachers, the educators, the like healthcare staff, the people actually do the work. They would understand exactly what it takes to produce a good output. And that's why I
totally.
really, yeah, that's why I really love like AI and no code in general. Like when we abstract away the technical complexity, we give more the domain experts the playground for them to freely express like their like insights, expertise, and knowledge into these little tools for themselves. And
Yeah,
that's the beauty of it.
yeah. And I love what you said. When you said playground, that is representative of how I stay motivated. I'm a playful person, and I'm light-hearted, and so find the playgrounds. Go and play in Open AI playground. Play on Chip AI chatbot. Play on your playground, and it doesn't matter that it doesn't look like what you want it to look. As I said earlier, eventually with the right, because it's all about your mindset. I think that's when you were asking me, how did I get into it? I've realized it's a mindset thing. It's a willingness.
Mm.
Am I ready for? Because this change is disruptive. We can see it on a global scale. We are frightened. We are not sure. Do we even need AI for what purpose? And then we look at ourselves. We're like, are we technical enough to be even asking that question? Like, who are we? But you are able to, it's accessible. Ask that question And don't just sit on the sidelines in your business. If you see something that you don't understand, why are we doing it when you feel there could be like a better way? You've got the technology now, so use it. Go to Tam and say, listen, I've built this little database for us. Can I show you? What do you think? And maybe that will get you a promotion or a salary increase. So don't be afraid to play, be playful, and then present these internally. Have a look and see if people will be receptive.
Mm.
Um, and I think, yeah, to give more specific use case to our audience, maybe we could share some of the, I know that we MindPal, like we have experience with AI, but we will try to share an experience of building something for our work, not from just for MindPal. And you also, Nix, you can share more about like what is the first chatbot that you build for purpose and like the process
Yes.
of doing a chatbot, then you experiment the result. Yeah.
So literally the first ever was nothing related to fixing my business. I love plants, and I describe myself as plant-based, not
Mm,
necessarily vegan. And so I built a plant-based chatbot. I was like,
mm,
let's start with my passions, the things that interest me. And look, I had the knowledge base because I've been eating plants for years. So luckily, I could build a reasonable knowledge base. But again, if you are new, then collaborate with your AIs. So hop onto Gemini, hop onto ChatGPT, Claude, Copilot, and ask them and say, look, I've never built a chatbot before. Take me through it step by step. And it will literally do that. It will say, well, cool. First of all, choose a platform, what's it going to be? And then it will say, act like a social media strategist, act like a plant-based gourmet chef, which is, in my case, what it was. And then it says, cool, I'll help you. If you use ChatGPT, for instance, and you built a GPT, there were two ways in the beginning you could do it. The one was it guided you the entire way, which is what I would recommend. If you are new, use the template and let AI guide you. Use the AIs. And only later, when you've got confidence, then you can upload your own knowledge base. You can add your own customization. But in the beginning, stay close to the libraries, the templates, the things that people have built, and just go and look at them. Go and look at moving away from chatbots. If you love art, go to Ideogram, go to Dale, or not Dale, actually, Ideogram and Adobe Firefly. Go and look at their libraries. And when you see art that takes your breath away, go and look at how that person has prompted that to get that result, and use that to grow your own knowledge base. That you will see when you are prompting how descriptive you must be. You can't just say, create a picture of a sunrise. No, 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 no. It needs to be a sunrise over a mountain. Is it over a sea? What are the colors? Is it a sunrise in Africa? Is it a sunrise in Antarctica? So it really is about giving it context. But in the beginning, use your AIs. I can't say that enough, because it's quite scary to use this new tech and you don't have anybody to guide you, but you do. Claude knows the way. And like I
mm.
said, co-pilots. So that's what I did in the beginning, is I stuck close to the AI. And then as my confidence grew, I became more Nikki. So I built plant chatbots, and I built a Boolean string chatbot, because I do quite a lot of data extraction online, and I don't have SQL programming language. So I built something to help me create Boolean strings so that I could find the information quickly. So stay close.
Firstly, starting whenever building an AI tool, we can start with the problem. I think
Yeah.
your story, because you are generally a very curious person. You approach AI and no code with a very open-minded mind, and you are willing to take the time to learn. But for some people that I have met, they may not. Some of them may not have like the time to like spend hours playing around with the
Yeah.
tools. So what I have seen, some of them be able to successfully integrate AI into their work is starting with the problem, an existing problem
Yeah.
in their
Yeah.
business or their life. And when they it's just ask themselves, is there anything in their life that they are spending an excessive amount of time on, or is there anything that drain their energy and they want to automate that, things like that. And when they identify areas for AI to step in and assist with, then they can totally go to ChatGPT or Claude, as you have said, or maybe
Totally.
MindPal, if
Yeah.
they are using MindPal, to ask a
Yeah,
question
definitely
about how
mindful.
yeah, to just ask the AI how they can automate that. And it will give like when they have a clear picture of the problem they are facing, then it will like narrow down the focus for them to look for the solution. And
Yeah.
on MyPal, we actually actively encourage this kind of approach too. um, so on our platform, we have a feature called generate agent and workflow with AI. So essentially, as long as you know your problem, it would be extremely easy for you to start creating an agent or a workflow for that. It's literally just
Yeah.
seconds away. You can just describe the problem you are facing, and maybe the kind of solution you are looking for, and then we will
Yeah.
generate like leveraging AI to generate an AI workflow or agent for that. And that would be the starting point for you to further customize as you see fit. So yeah,
Yeah,
Lily,
definitely.
yeah, yeah.
Definitely. I love that. That's when I discovered you, that's one of the first things I did because in my house, and in my business, I work with my husband. So I've got somebody who, you know, when you said you've got friends who are not that interested in tech and they're kind of almost staying on the sidelines. So my husband is one of those people. So I've had to, he's seen my journey and he's seen the value in it. And I went onto your platform and I showed him, I said, look here, we can actually build an extension of our business. It can be an intern and all the stuff where it might take you 10 minutes here, 5 minutes here. Let that agent take control of that flow. And then you free yourself to go and do the things that you really want to do in the business. So that's where he's starting to see the value that, wow, this is literally an intern, another virtual employee, I guess, that can support you. And it's great for SMEs and small business owners because we don't have access to resources like the bigger players. So we should be using those. We should be interested, but I also understand why somebody would be afraid. Don't give yourself a hard time. Just be willing and try and do baby steps, and eventually you'll get to the point like where I am, where it's like, wow, this is just so useful, so user friendly, and you just keep going on, and all of a sudden it becomes your career. You can literally you can change your skill set with AI. That's also what I find attractive. So all the things that you couldn't do, go and do them. Go and learn the things that you want to learn, whatever it is. Writing stories. In my case, it was I wanted to build a platform specifically with all the no-code resources and save people hours and hours and hours of time down rabbit holes. So that's why I built No Code Central. But it will be personal. You'll see eventually when you look at what you love in life and you see the problems at work, that is where you must begin, and you'll start.
Yeah, I love that, Nix. So many people are dubious about like doubt the whether AI works until they see somebody is actually successful by leveraging AI. So yeah, I think your story, and many other people who share this like the similar success with AI should be talked about more. Actually, we are also preparing an upcoming series to feature more customer case studies to share about our
Okay.
customers. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
That's
we will.
wonderful.
yeah, and also
I'm very
for
excited for you guys.
yeah, and also for everyone to get started with AI easily. Actually, recently we also asked a lot of resources. Like we built a workflow template library where like we just make some workflow available for different tasks in sales, marketing, human resources, and any other various kind of tasks. Also, we built a free AI agent builder where like anyone who start with AI can just type in the role of AI, then we will automatically generate all the prompts and format for that AI to act on behalf. Yeah. So actually, from my part, we are working so hard in on how to making AI more accessible and more easier to get started with. Um, yeah, I think I will put the resource here for everyone on the in like who view this live can watch and um,
That's cool.
get
Yeah.
reference. Yeah, yeah. um I think also Thum, I think maybe you could, because um we will get into like more the detail of how to get started with AI, because I see the question that many attendants bring to me before registering to this webinar. Then I think we can move on to the to the part of the guide to build. Then Nix, also you can along the way you can think of any idea. Tom, can you try like sharing the screen? Then we can input some of Nick's idea about like an interesting agent or workflow to build.
My screen. Actually, why not? I think you should share because I haven't prepared it. Yeah.
All right. I feel that my screen can be a bit lagging, but yeah, we can try. Okay, I will open my workflow builder here. Uh, so Nix, can you
That's
can you just share like any idea you have on your mind right now?
so to build like a workflow or on the chatbot side.
This is workflow size, but you can think of any idea like a task you want to automate.
Maybe
Hmm.
let's start with a
Okay.
task
Okay.
that
Let's.
you often do
Yeah.
in your business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
That's
saw
a good
you
one.
write newsletter. I saw you write newsletter daily.
Yeah. Well, should we? Do you want to do that as a workflow?
Yeah. Maybe,
So I'm
maybe.
also not prepared. I'm thinking what. Oh, I can do something. Oh, I can give you a problem that I have is that
Mhm.
So I want to get all of my Gmail emails. I would prefer that they all come to my work email. I don't know if I know that's usually just an automation, but if can we make that into a workflow? How do
Like
we get
writing.
my Gmail? So you know all my emails in Gmail. I want to get those into my Outlook. Is that a reasonable thing to give you?
I think it's more suitable for an automation
Yeah, I also
platform.
think so.
Yeah, yeah.
So good question. I don't know what, I'm also not prepared, so I can't think of the top of my head what I would,
Maybe let's
can we
start with
use
the
an
newsletter.
example?
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
you can
I.
use the newsletter. Go for it. That's
Yeah,
actually cool because you know what? That actually is something that's been a big question mark is so I started on LinkedIn on my newsletter and I built up some beautiful subscriber base, but I couldn't find a way to export it to Substack. So I've just kind of started again from scratch. I don't know if that would merit a workflow.
All right. Maybe I can suggest a way.
Yeah.
I saw you post content on your newsletter, then you promote on LinkedIn, and then on
Yes.
like Facebook group,
Yeah.
Facebook page, and
Yes.
Instagram.
Yes.
Then we can build a workflow that will repurpose your newsletter into content of different platforms. Like I
Brilliant. I love that.
so repurpose newsletter content into
That's
which platform of you often post about, yeah,
so
promote.
my platforms are X, Twitter,
Mhm.
LinkedIn, and Instagram. Those are my three.
Okay, we
Every
can
now and
try.
again, I'll go on to TikTok, but those are my top three.
Yeah, and even you can build a workflow to generate
Wow.
a TikTok script for you. So
That's
from this,
awesome.
yeah, so with this workflow, you can input your newsletter content that you can use any like newsletter content that you already posted, then input to
That's
this
cool.
workflow. Yeah, and input to this workflow, then you can use all this content to post on other platforms. And it can
That's
even
wonderful. And it's so
generate,
quick, eh?
yeah, yeah. And yeah, I will stop the screen. And um even you want to start a TikTok channels, then you can easily start really fast by creating a workflow that can generate for you 10 type of script from 10 type of
Mm,
different script, video script from a newsletter that you write. You can try that. Like you would have
cool.
10 ideas, yeah, 10 different script for like ideas on TikTok that you can
That's
try
clever.
experiment. Yeah, yeah. So um instead of just if you start a TikTok account, right? New TikTok channel, instead of you sit down and think of all ideas now with a workflow, it can help you generate 10 or even 100 idea from all the newsletter that you post before. Then it can help
That
you
is so
repurpose
cool, eh?
content. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So that is for
that's what
LinkedIn.
I love about your platform and just the concept of AI and no code. What keeps me going is what you just said, is that when you kind of run dry of ideas and you don't have that inspo and you like, what should I do? The moment you start, I call it vibing, the moment you start collabing with your tech, it gets the creative juices going, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I love that idea, and you can run with it, whereas you at the time just weren't able to think about that in that way. So it's almost like an extension of your thinking, a creative partner. And even if you don't like where it's going, you can guide it and say, look, I hope you don't mind, but like, this doesn't apply to me. Like, I speak to AI um, as though I would to a colleague. So clearly, honestly, and often I will say, like, I don't feel that that tone will represent my voice. So AI is also teaching me about how you must actually know yourself as a person. How well do you know the way that you speak? Do you like to speak in long sentences, in short sentences? Are you clear? Are you assertive? Are you shy? Are you introverted? So it's been a very big psychological journey, the technology, because I've realized, yeah, it's a lot to do with the psychology. So being aware of that, the change is here. How do I respond to this change? If I'm resisting, why? Why am I afraid? Ask those questions.
That's so great, Nix. I love your point about like if you want to work effectively with AI, you need to know exactly what you want, and that will
Yeah,
require a level of self awareness. And
yeah,
that's yeah, yeah. I think that's such a great point. I also see something similar with myself too, because previously without AI, because we are the ones who actually do the work. Sometimes we just
Yeah.
go straight into the work without like critically thinking about the approach
Yes.
or
Yeah.
how we are currently processing that. But when I'm starting building my own team of AI assistants, I start needing to like uh, almost like viewing my work from the third mode view, like the third player view. If you play games, like we need to zoom out a
Totally.
little and things
Yeah.
and see things. Okay, so if for example, for this task, communicating with partners, we need to use the voice like concise or things or something like that,
Yeah.
or when you're sharing something on social media, your tone and style would be a little bit different. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think yeah,
Totally.
that would enhances your awareness a lot. And yeah, it's
Hmm.
such a great point.
Definitely.
Hamid, why don't you like show the workflow in greater detail, so you have show everyone how to generate an AI workflow. But on MindPal you can actually bring that workflow into your MindPal account and then try running that too. So maybe you can show everybody how to do it and how to further customize the workflow to make it work.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
will spend some remaining time of the webinar to share it. I hope my my side would not be lagging because um
Yeah,
like
I think
hosting.
it's
Yeah,
better. It's better
yeah.
than in the beginning.
Okay.
All right, all right. Okay, so this is my workflow space, and as you can see, the before I share how to generate a workflow, now like I have a workflow generally to run. So take this for like this is the builder inside a workflow. So a workflow will need some input, means some information for it to process on, then to execute different steps beside that is required in a workflow. So maybe I will find a workflow that everyone can grasp this really well. So maybe this SEO article writing workflow. So
Yeah,
this
that's a good one.
yeah.
That's
So
brilliant.
Nick, yeah, I think Nick, you is there like an idea you want to write a blog post that you or like you have in your mind now? Maybe
Yeah,
we
well,
can yeah.
you know what we can do? Because one of the most common questions is people say to me, when it comes to no code, what are like beginner friendly no code tools? So we can write a blog post about beginner friendly no code tools if you like.
Okay, so we will try to with this workflow we will try to help Nick produce an SEO blog post about review beginner friendly no code tool. The
And then
target audience.
can we give more detail? I can if you want. We when I'm factoring in beginner friendly, I'm thinking how much time do you have? Is it hours, days, or months to learn the new tool? Do you have a budget or do you want a free no code tool, a paid for tool? I don't know if you want to add that in. And then maybe also what is your dexterity and your technical proficiency? So are you a beginner? Well, hopefully you are a beginner because it's a beginner article, but are you in between beginner and intermediate? Because that will also factor in what tool, i.e.,
So
Bubble
the
takes a long
yeah.
time to upskill, whereas you guys will take hours to go and build something on MindPal.
Mm. Yeah, so the level of difficulty or the learning curve
Yeah,
required
that's it.
for each tool.
Yeah, so cool, guys.
Hmm.
That's also what I love about no code is before computers spoke in binary and in
Mm.
scripting and programming. Now look at you guys. You're speaking in text in natural language. That's
Yeah.
mind blowing.
Mhm.
So we have the topic idea settled and the target audience. Then the workflow will execute the next steps. So
Wow.
to write a good SEO article is need to go through the process of researching keywords. Then yeah, as you can see from the keyword that we provide here, the tools finding some um, like some other related long tail keywords, then it's help us to find like some top keyword identification related to the topic so that it make your post like have the focus of producing a focus and useful insight to that target audience. Then yeah, it's help craft the outline, then craft the full article here as you can see.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
unbelievable, hey? Well
yeah,
done.
yeah. So is the process is just like that. For like as we are a human, right? We cannot write a good essay without thinking critically about what we should write, or the
Yeah,
flow of the essay. So this
yeah,
workflow is designed on that kind of process. If you ask like to write a blog post, they like we wouldn't like even for human we would not have like enough information, but we need more research. Then this workflow is acting on that kind of process for a big stack like writing an
brilliant.
yeah. So on MindPal, yeah, you can build any kind of workflow like that, or the workflow to repurpose content for different purpose as well. As what I
Clever.
share with Nix, yeah, yeah. So
That's
like
brilliant.
we can think of maybe about workflow we can think of two ways. What is the big stack that need like more like complicated process like writing an SEO article, or what is the task that require what is the big task that use the information between each other. Like for example, you write a newsletter, then you want to use reuse those content into different platforms, right? And it requires
Yeah,
you to switch again and again. So if you build a workflow to help you repurpose or recreate the word from all the same information, then it can help you achieve everything in just a single run. So that is
absolutely.
two different way of get started with a workflow. Like think of a task, a big task. Then you can try generating any workflow and expanding over time. Then you could see one file formula that work for you. Yeah. So
This is incredible because you're right. I post a lot of content, and this would save you. I mean, you could get like a week's worth of content done in half a day. And that's
yeah.
what I also love about this age is that so what are you going to do with that extra time? Now that all your content's done for the week, are you going to go and build something new? Are you going to go and hang out with your family? Like the meaningful time, it's back. You can claw it back using technology responsibly. So that workflow is insane. Well done. I love it.
Right. I really like on MindPal also like there are some other concepts. So I think in this webinar, due to limited time, I could not share all, but maybe I could share like some resources. Then also we will spend just a few minutes to answer some Q&A that we are having right now. Then yeah, we can wrap up the webinar. Um, so um, okay, so after this webinar, if you are really curious on how to build more workflow, then you can go to uh, MyPow YouTube. We input a lot of tutorials here for different use cases, or you can get reference from our template, our workflow template to get started with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, so this is the
I love your
result.
YouTube.
Yeah.
I
I
often
will.
I often look at your YouTube. It's brilliant.
Mhm.
Yep. So after this webinar, I will send all of these resources to your email, so you don't worry that you miss out on this resource. but
Cool.
it's really easy to find. Then yeah, you can go to our YouTube and type MindPal Labs. Then you will see all the videos, or go to our website mindpound.io, mindpound.space. You would also see the template to get started. So this is the
Yeah.
resource insight I want to share with everyone who might watch this webinar. Then yeah, I think this time we will leave for other Q&A. Um, that yeah, Tom. I think everyone want to ask about like, do we have any plans to connect other app in workflow using API step? I think this is the question I received, so maybe we can answer it in the webinar.
Yeah. So we have plans to integrate other apps into the workflow feature on MyPal via two like with two main purposes. First is to trigger a workflow run. So now you are now a workflow run is triggered somewhat manually. So you need to go there and enter the input and start the workflow run. But in the future, you can connect that to other apps so that some events from the other apps will trigger the event of the workflow run. And another purpose is to save the results of the workflow run into other apps. So that would be done after the workflow run is completed.
Oh, all
That's
right.
cool.
And next, I think this is also the chance for you to share more about your project. Then you can tell everyone what you go hope to do, and yeah, what support that everyone can give
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
Well, I must say, so first of all, I'm going to add you into that directory. No Code Central is literally, it's actually like a visual representation of the last 18 months. It's my story. And my story was that as I discovered more of these cool AI and no code tools, primarily no code, it took hours and days. And you know what it's like when you're trying to run a business and study, it's time consuming. So that's why I built this directory where we can bring all these no code resources, whether it's educational, whether it's things like this, like guys, there are webinars happening and being able to know when those take place. It would also be like a no code tool selector. So whatever level you are, advanced, beginner, what's the best tool to build out whatever it is you want to build. So it's very like it's like you guys. I'm big on education, and I want it to be free, accessible, and the community must help me build it. So this isn't about like getting the paid for tools to be number one. It's more like, does the tool actually work? You know, does it have value? And let the community upvote that, almost like without plagiarizing Product Hunt. It kind of is that mentality where the community is voting in from a democratic view the tools that we know are going to benefit. So there's a lot. I still have a long way to go. It's in its infancy, but I was just like, put everything that's inside my mind, put it on a database in this membership directory, and that's what No Code Central is.
Wow, so inspiring, I must say.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really hope that in the future you can inspire your community to um, just to learn more about technology and to be
Thank you.
more to be more tech ready, and also they can use technology and AI into their work. Like yeah,
Yeah.
we hope to see you, and we really want to support you as much as we can with our insight.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mm,
You guys too. I was actually looking at your platform again, and because I remember when you first came onto the market, and now, and that is also what I really respect about MindPal and all of your different products is I can see you work at it. You're always listening to what the user's asking. and you're building that in, and that I really respect that. It's important to listen to the community. What do they want? Maybe it's the UX, is it the UI? And the fact that you listen is very cool.
Thank you so much, Nish. And we could not have grown to us today without your support. And thank you so much.
It's a
Yeah, we
pleasure.
really appreciate that. Yeah,
Pleasure.
so I think we would have to wrap the webinar now. And yeah, let's say goodbye to everyone. Wish everyone had a great day. Yeah, Nick, wish you
Thank
have a
you.
great day. It's just the morning to start
You
the day.
too. I must
Yeah.
say, thank you so much. I'm going to go play on your site right now, actually.
Thank you. Please let us know if you have any feedback or need any support. So yeah, thank you
Well,
for
thank
joining
you.
us today. It was a very fruitful and exciting chat with you.
It was my great honor as well. Before we go, I wanted to ask, was it the two of you that built MindPal, or is there another co-founder or another person that brought it to life?
Actually, well, we have MyPal was founded by me together with another founder. So he's not here today, but he's working on the AI side. And recently, me
Oh,
joined us to lead our business and growth.
wow. You're doing a great job, Me.
Thank you so much, Nish.
That's a
Yeah.
pleasure. Bye-bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Yeah. Bye bye, everyone.
Thank you so
Goodbye.
much. Yeah.